Hey everybody, we're kicking off our 2023 spooky season with a message from none other than Dylan Piper from Halloweentown. That's right, we got Joey Zimmerman with a special message at the end of this episode, so make sure you listen till the very end. Happy Halloween!
Come with us where the corn is popped and the throwback Thursdays never stop. It's a magical land not far away. All you have to do is just press play. So hop on the couch and close your eyes. Gonna party like it's 99. Join us, watch the movies of our lives with Blockbuster Wives.
Welcome to Blockbuster Wives, where your two favorite 90s babies talk about movies from the era of a certain blue and yellow video rental star. I'm your host with the most late fees, Shea Baby.
And this is Stacy, not always kind, but always rewinds. And you're listening to Blockbuster Wives. Lightning crashes. Yeah. It's a whole thing.
You know what's so funny? I just listened to one of our spoopy episodes from last year because this is our second Halloween, baby.
We made it.
And
to all the haters who said we wouldn't be here this year, suck on that.
Joke's on you, baby. Fucking suck it. Throwback to me and Stacy's first rap group when we were children. Anyways, yeah, we basically did the exact same intro by accident.
Wow.
So, like even you said, lightning strikes. Like, it was exactly the same.
I'm that predictable.
It was amazing.
This bitch is a broken record.
Listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Just do it exactly the same.
That's my motto.
Sexy and hot and do whatever we want. All right.
Welcome.
Welcome, guys. This is officially our second spoopy month of Blockbuster Wives. We hope that you are having a great start to this holiday season, which might be definitely top 3 for me.
Holiday season?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think mine goes Christmas and then Halloween and then Thanksgiving.
Ooh, yeah, I would probably go... You also really like New Year's too, right?
I do like New Year's.
Yeah, mine probably goes Christmas, Halloween... Actually, Halloween and Thanksgiving are probably very closely linked, but Christmas is definitely number one. Just the weather's great, the scents are amazing, like the mood that everyone's in, but Halloween is definitely right up there.
And I do think Halloween has been like growing in popularity and strength, because I think before us millennials came around, it was like Halloween is for kids.
Yeah.
And if you're into it and not a kid, you're lame.
Yeah,
but
that's
I feel
true.
like since we are just giant children, all of us, we're like, to quote this movie, Halloween is cool.
Halloween is cool, nature boy.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. And, you know, one of the many traditions I hold is very near and dear to my heart because Stacy and I have couples costumes every year. And we have for, well, it feels like 20 years, but really it's only been like 5-6 years or
yeah,
something.
we're like, we always do that. Like, and then we like named it. And we're like, we've only done this like 3 or 4 times. LOL.
But you know what? They're badass. Like, okay, let's go over them. Number 1, Ice and what's his name from Hocus Pocus.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Miss Honey and Trunchbull.
Ugh, iconic.
Fucking iconic as hell. Then we had, do we only have 3? Then,
I feel like we're missing one.
Anna Nicole Smith and her elderly husband.
That might be it, dude.
Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. It's just much more entrenched in our mind than in reality,
Like,
as per usual.
It's only been 3. Well, guess what? This year will be our 4th, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that.
And it's going to be incredible.
Exactly. It's going to be so sick. We're both so excited. But anyways, welcome. Hope you guys are having a great start to your month. For all that celebrate or not, you know, but it'd be really cool if you did. And we thought we'd start off strong with a movie that I feel like has been brought up to us multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a really classy DCOM, Disney Channel original movie that is like quintessential for this time of year, I think.
Absolutely. Like, I feel like watching this movie is the sure sign that it is Halloween season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's nice because it's not really like super spoopy, but it has all of the elements of like Halloween when you were a kid that are like warm and fuzzy feeling.
Yeah, it's kind of brilliant because it is just a movie about Halloween itself.
Right.
It's not like a scary movie set during Halloween or like something set during the time where Halloween's like a background. Like, it is quite literally about Halloween.
Yeah, and it's like about the kind of like original monsters, like the classic ones, like, you know, ghouls and ghosts and goblins and werewolves, like all of those types of like OG costumes and themes from Halloween that are brought to modern day 90s times. And that movie is
Halloweentown.
So buckle up, baby, because last year we we didn't get hate, but people were like, dude, why didn't you do Halloweentown? We're like, watch.
Yeah, it is an obvious pick. We had to make you wait a little bit.
Yeah, now that you're more invested, we got over a year with you, almost a year and a half. Like, we thought it was time. So, Halloweentown, baby, and Stacy has corporate bullshit down.
Yes, I do. Let's go.
Corporate bullshit. Some bullshit.
Okay, Halloweentown.
Hey.
It came out October 17th, 1998. So just in time for the season.
That's perfect.
It is a DCOM, Disney Channel original movie.
Yes.
We just talked about this on our exclusive interview with Cody Cook at the end of Cody Cook Timber.
Yeah,
but it is the only fourth DCOM in the series.
Oh,
so
shit.
it was very early on, right after Brink.
And they right away got Debbie Reynolds, which is nuts.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She was one of the first ones cast.
Wow.
And so when she said yes, it was like very easy to convince everyone else to do it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes total sense.
It is directed by Duane Dunham,
Her.
who edited, I don't think I got his name wrong. I think that's an autocorrect, to be honest.
Let me look it up.
Duane. All right, she's going to verify because I feel like it was like not that simple and my phone autocorrected. But Duane edited Return of the Jedi, and he also directed the second season of Twin Peaks.
What?
So he's like TV royalty.
Rando.
As far as DCOMs go, he also directed 13th Year, which people have told me since doing this podcast is their favorite DCOM. Like multiple people have said, my favorite DCOM is 13th Year.
I fucking love 13th Year. Also, it was Duane Dunham. So you're
Okay.
right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought it was more complicated than that. Duane Dunham.
No, but I love 13th Year. I love all of them from like 98 to like 2001 are like
Golden era.
Fucking good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they used to do a movie every month.
Nuts.
Which is like, wow.
Nutso. How the fuck did they do that?
But I remember very much looking forward to like, what's the DCOM this month gonna be?
Mm-hmm. Samesies.
Fun fact, this was originally written as a movie for adults in 1994.
Ooh.
So it developed and took many different paths over the course of 4 years.
Dang.
It just goes to show you've got an idea. It might change a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it might take a long time.
Absolutely. But you know what? Once you got it, even just 4 years later, you have a fucking masterpiece that people still talk about in, 2023. That's nuts.
The cinematographer was Michael Slovis, who also was a cinematographer for Breaking Bad.
What?
So another TV heavy hitter. And I just think it's so funny that these people who've done such dark television got their start with Halloweentown. Like, what? Who could have seen this coming?
That is so cool.
It is starring Kimberly Brown as Marnie, the main witch, Joey Zimmerman as the brother Dylan,
love that guy,
and Debbie Reynolds as their grandma, whose full name, this is sick, I might start introducing myself as this.
Ooh.
Splendora Agatha Aggie Cromwell.
Splendora.
Hello, Splendora.
That's
Splendora come
cool.
through.
Yeah, because everyone calls her Aggie, so I thought that was just her first name in the movie.
No, Splendora Agatha Cromwell. But the way they spell her name on Wikipedia or like stylize it is Splendora Agatha Aggie Cromwell. Ooh. And I just love that rhythm. Like, hi, it's Splendora Agatha Aggie Cromwell.
Yeah, that is pretty fucking cool. That's
My
very
name is Splendora Agatha Aggie Cromwell.
That's very Amelia
Bedelia?
What is it? Thermopolis Rinaldi, like that type of shit.
Of Genovia.
Disney's big on like their long, fucking cool, classy ass names.
That's the Splendora. Oh God, I'm loving it.
That's gorge.
It's 84 minutes long. Yes.
Gorgeous.
The budget is listed online as $4 million, which is interesting. And the only reason that people know this is because the director gave an interview like years later, like I think in 2018.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with Insider. And he said, this film was presented to me as a $20 million to $30 million project when I took it. And then I found out that the budget was really only $4 million.
Oh my God.
So I think they did do like a little bit of a bait and switch on this guy, but hey.
That's fun. Well, especially if it went from being written for adults to children. I feel like they could, cut a couple corners.
Yeah, so I don't know who told him it was that big of a budget. It was not. It was $4 million.
Nuts.
And we don't have any box office info because this was a straight-to-TV movie.
Absolutely.
It does have many sequels. There's 4 total. So there's the original Halloweentown in 98.
Yep.
Then there's Halloweentown 2, Calabar's Revenge in 2001. I've seen that one. Halloweentown High, 2004. I never saw it.
Me neither.
And then Return to Halloweentown, 2006. Never saw it.
And I think that's also not starring anyone from the...
Well, then it can suck it.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, no
I
thanks.
do feel like this is kind of a one-and-done concept.
Yeah.
Halloweentown 2 is like, it's fine.
Yeah. It is cute, though, because Kimberly Brown, who plays Marnie, she did meet her husband on that movie set because he played Calabar's son.
Who is her love interest in that movie?
Yeah, and then now they're fucking... Like, it's so fucking cute. It's adorable. I
They're
love it.
straight up legally married, yo.
Hell yeah.
On Rotten Tomatoes, critic score, 83%. Very high.
Holy shit. That's really high.
Yeah. And then the audience score was 72%. So, I mean, we're used to seeing 70s for audience score, but 83.
83 is massive.
And then I forgot to look up, did Roger Ebert review this movie? I don't think he did, but I'm going to Google it really quick.
I would be so...
I think he would be
pleasantly-
insulted at the very idea. But let me see.
Yeah, he probably would chuckle.
I think that's why I forgot to do it, because I was just like, there's no way.
Yeah, no.
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. He usually doesn't do decoms. I don't think he's done any.
Yeah, and it's like, especially at that time, like, he was one of the biggest movie reviewers in the country, so I think it was like, you know.
Yeah, he probably only had time for, like, the heavy hitters.
Right. Okay, so yeah, no Ebert review. I think he would like it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to say because I feel... But you know what? He did like children's movies, right?
Yeah, and you know what? He would talk about how the goblin child was going to go to prison.
Yeah.
he would immediately be like, there is a criminal kid who's going to go to jail.
He's obsessed with
He
crime
can't
for
help
whatever
himself.
fucking reason. Hilarious.
And also another fun fact is that Refinery 29 published a short oral history of the movie in 2018. That's how iconic it is. You should read it. But one highlight is that Debbie Reynolds apparently was a one-take queen. Because she had this attitude from theater. She was a Broadway girl. That, like, you get your shit done, you know it, and you nail it, and you move on because no one else has time for your bullshit.
Whoa.
So, like, everything you're seeing, essentially, is her first and only take.
Well, she was really big in the, like, OG Hollywood, like, 40s and 50s, like, Elizabeth Taylor. There's a lot of drama with the two of them and how she, like, stole Debbie Reynolds' husband and stuff like that. But, like, she was in that era, right? So, of course, she, like, knew her shit, especially with a made-for-TV movie. You know, I'm sure she was just like, no, I'm getting this done in one fucking
Like,
take.
anything I do is gonna be great, okay?
Yeah, straight up. What an icon.
Her daughter's Carrie Fisher.
Yep.
Another fun fact. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Carrie Fisher
Is
and
Debbie Reynolds
R.I.P.
still
Debbie
alive?
Reynolds. I don't think so. I just said R.I.P., so I hope not. That'd be fucking hype.
Beck and I had this joke where I kept thinking that Bob Barker was dead for like ever, and then he did. Like, no.
That's so funny.
I thought he was long gone, but
Yeah,
he
didn't
did
he, like-
recently die. R.I.P.
Didn't he, like, just retire and then he
I have
passed
no
away?
idea. I've seriously for the past 20 years thought he was dead. Debbie Reynolds did die in 2016.
Okay, yes.
So R.I.P. everyone we've talked
R.I.P.
about.
everyone we
For
just
real.
mentioned. Holy shit. Yeah, no, it's incredible that they got Debbie. I'm still like, once I learned who she was, I was like, how the fuck did they do that? That's so crazy. But she's an icon forever and ever.
As is this movie. Why do you think this movie just like slaps so hard for us and so many people our age?
I think at that time it was very rare to find Halloween movies for kids that we could actually like all watch that were like wholesome. I do think like the whole idea, it's kind of the same as like, you know, Princess Diaries, where like you thought you were like a normal girl and then you get told you're a princess. You know, it's the same concept of like thinking you're normal and then finding out this giant secret, like I'm a witch. It's pretty cool. And there's a whole other world that like you actually belong in. And I just think it's very like fantastical and really like magical and wholesome and cute.
I think you hit two nails right on the head, which is like kids want to feel powerful because
Yeah.
they have no power.
Yeah.
And kids want to feel like they belong.
Yeah, and that they're special too, which ties into the powerful thing. And like Marnie always thought, like, I just really, I'm very, like, niche, like, into this Hollywood shit, Halloween shit, and, like, no one understands me. And then finally it's like, no, all these feelings that you've been feeling, that's totally normal for you. Like, you are special. You are a fucking witch. Very cool.
Yeah, and I think it's just, like, it's a very pleasant movie. The whole thing has, like, an orange filter. Like, it is just Halloweened out.
Yeah.
It's very, like, purely Halloween.
And the music is really cool. Like, it's cheerful, but also, like, at the very beginning when it showed, like, Halloweentown, it had, like, the giant jack-o'-lantern, like, creepy. Like, it reminded me of Hocus Pocus. Like, the...
Very similar.
Yeah, like, the same sort of vibe.
And pumpkins are a big deal in this movie.
Yeah, pumpkins are huge, which makes sense because that's, I would say, maybe the most iconic, like, symbol of Halloween.
Right.
And, yeah, I don't know. It's just very sweet. And it's super 90s. Like, it's so 90s, dude. I love it.
And it's like the kid actors, they're just so, like, kid actors in, like, a very wholesome, cute way. Like, everything's kind of over the top.
They're so dramatic.
Exactly.
And I love the dynamic between Dylan and Marnie. Like, they're so brother and sister. It's so perfect. Like, I was like that with my, like, you could win an ugly contest. Like, oh my god.
Right.
Fucking stupid. And
you
so
just
funny.
think you're, like, so clever, and, like, you can piss other kids off so easily. Like, I feel like you could just say something stupid, like, nature boy, and I'm like, I'm not nature boy, fuck it! And it's just, like, yeah, spiraling out of control.
Yeah. It's just hilarious. I love it, though. I love their dynamic, and I love, you know, at the end of the day, they are, like, very supportive of each other. Like, Marnie was like, well, I'm going to find Grandma, and he's like, well, I have to go, too, to make sure you don't get in trouble, but really, he's going because, you know, he's also interested and protective of her. It's very sweet.
Yeah, and I think she nails, like, a little tweener or 13-year-old who just, like, thinks she knows everything,
Dude,
you know?
Yeah.
And then, like, the annoying little brother who still wants to follow all the rules, and it's, like, not quite to that rebellious stage yet.
Yeah, and I love that I was just going to bring up a point. Oh, yeah. Where basically her mom is telling her, like, you can't go out on Halloween. I don't care if your friends are going to this costume party. You can't go. You'll see them tomorrow. And she's just like, I'm 13. I'm basically an adult. I can make my own decision. I'm like, I remember feeling that way.
Yeah, and why? Mashed potato brain.
Straight up, we're like, no, I know everything, and I know what I'm doing, and I'm going to be fine, and you know nothing. And it's like, you're a literal teenager, bro.
Right, like, yikes.
You know nothing.
And it's so funny, that we all felt so grown up, and it's like, why?
Dude, when I look at, like, our pictures from when we were, like, 14 or 15, we thought we were, and not that we weren't cool, but we thought we were, like, sexy.
Yeah.
Which is so funny.
I'm just like, ew, and no. Please, God, no.
I can't imagine, like, seeing a 15-year-old thinking that they're hot right now and being like, yeah, that's normal. Like, that's so fucking weird, dude. And we really, I mean, it makes sense why we thought that, because we were coming into our, you know, like, our hormones are raging, and we were coming into our, like, sexuality and stuff like that.
And to be honest, all media was like, this is the end all be all. This is the goal. This is what you want to do. Yeah. This is what makes people like you and makes you powerful and yada, yada, yada.
True. But it is funny seeing it, you know, like, looking back now as a fully formed, like, 32-year-old being like, Jesus Christ. Like,
so deeply dumb.
What were we doing, dude?
And it's like, everyone could tell you that, and people do tell you that, and you're just like, I'm different.
Yeah, I know. And it is funny because we all kind of go through that same thing of, it's like, no, I know better.
Yeah,
and
no offense, but
yeah, like,
I'm built different.
I don't care what you say. I don't care that you've been through this before. Like, I know better than you.
And
no.
We are not the same.
But it makes sense why we felt that way. It just makes me laugh.
And she really did nail it. I was like, oh, God, yes.
Yeah, she was really good, actually. And she was also in, we brought this up in the interview with Cody, but she was really good in Quints, too. Like, she's just a pretty good fucking actress. I haven't seen her in anything else besides these two things, but...
You know what? And much that Holes was radicalizing me to my present job. Yeah. I think Quince might have radicalized me into never wanting to have children.
Bruh.
Because I was like, no, I don't want any part of that.
They really nailed it. Like how much work it takes and how much support you need from other people. Yeah. Wow. And
I remember feeling like actively afraid watching it. Like, this is a horror movie.
Like, this is my Halloween.
Exactly. Like, oh, God.
No,
Can you imagine if that actually happened?
Even when people have twins, I'm like, how?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are you, like, even with one baby?
Yeah, one baby. I'm like, well, goodbye life. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I must commend all y'all with kids. Holy shit.
It is the ultimate sacrifice for your children because it's all about them. Which as it should be.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, good on y'all. You're fucking amazing. We could never.
Thank you for helping further humanity.
True.
Because we are too cowardly and lazy to do it.
And while you're doing that, we will try to entertain you as best as possible. We have our top hats on our little canes over here. But anyway, yeah, no, she's great. I would love to see her in more stuff. Mm-hmm. And if you guys want to see more of her, you should check out her TikTok. It's very cute.
Yeah, she's not acting anymore, though, right?
I don't think so. I haven't seen her in anything. I haven't seen anyone talk about it.
She was also a big-time Broadway girl. Like, before Halloweentown, she was, like, kind of a kid singer.
Oh.
And she was, like, working a lot when they filmed this movie.
You know what? That makes sense because she's so good. Like, she's really, truly good at acting. And her, like, timing was really good and her delivery was great. Like, yeah.
Did Debbie Reynolds, she must have sung, right?
Yeah.
I did think it was odd that they had, like, this singing legend and then this new girl coming up who could sing not a single musical number.
Yeah, they really didn't do musicals until, I want to say, Cheetah Girls. Cheetah Girls was, like, the first Disney, like, musical movie.
But even not, like, a musical, I'm just kind of surprised they didn't find, like, a way.
Yeah.
To, like, just have it be like, oh, like, we have to sing this spell at the top of our lungs. Like, they don't even go there.
I guess, I don't.
I will say, though, that when I was reading the trivia, or maybe this was in the oral history, did say that Debbie Reynolds pulled a muscle while filming a dance scene in the theater. And I was like, there's no dance scene in the final movie. I need to know more about this dance scene. So maybe they did try it, and they're like, this is trash, and cut it.
We can't do this.
And poor Debbie Reynolds got injured doing it. It didn't even make it to the cutting room floor.
So there was a dance.
Apparently.
There probably was dance and song.
That's what I'm thinking.
And then they were probably like, let's just simplify it as much as possible.
Yeah, maybe it was like too cringe, and they're like, listen, this is already cringe-tastic in a good way. Let's not press our luck.
Mm-hmm. I could definitely see that happening.
But I just feel like anytime they have anyone who can mildly sing, it's always like, oh, yeah. Like, out of nowhere, like, oh, I'm singing. And you're like, what?
Especially for Disney. Disney really, like, tried to hire people who could really bring, be like the triple threat, at least quadruple threat. So it does surprise me she didn't pull that out of this movie at all.
See our episode on The Grinch and Shea and I's differing thoughts on the little musical number and that.
That's right. Although I did feel the same way as you for a long time. I think it's more recently that I have more compassion towards the child.
It's not that I have compassion for her. I just think it should not have been in the film.
No, but when we talked about it, you're like, she's not good.
And she's not.
And I was like, I think she was. She was so young. So that's what I mean. I feel like I have, not that you don't have compassion, of course, you do. But in that particular scenario, I'm like, oh. And you're like, yikes.
I'm just like, don't, like, I see what you're fucking doing, okay? Hollywood, like, you are trying to set this poor girl up for a goddamn music career that's not going to go anywhere. And it kind of didn't.
Well, she was in a pretty big band for a long time. Yeah, the Pretty Reckless. She was a lead singer.
What was her single?
I don't know. I don't know any of their music, but I know that she was.
Oh, I'm sure they kept her in bands and all sorts of things.
Well, I don't think it wasn't them. Like, she became a singer after being in, like, Gossip Girl. Uh-huh. She started this band.
Interesting.
But I just mean, like, she continued her singing career after that. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what, like, launched it, probably.
Yeah, I just think that there was a decision. This kid is going to have a singing career regardless.
Probably.
And so we're putting this scene in the movie to, like, launch it. And then
probably, yeah.
With limited success, I'd say.
I don't know. We have a different, like, look, we disagree on only a few things. This and Brink, which we're not going to get into again.
But yeah, I'm just kind of, like you were saying, like, Disney does usually try to push these kinds of things, so it's interesting that they, like, weren't.
Yeah, it is
they
weird.
Have these powerhouses.
And I don't think she sung in anything. I don't think Kimberly Brown sung in any... She might have sang in Quince, but I don't remember.
And maybe she wasn't singing on Broadway, but doesn't everyone sing on Broadway? I'm not a Broadway girly, y'all.
Not necessarily.
I know basically nothing.
Not
I just read that she was a Broadway star.
Likely she was, like, at least in, like, the chorus line or whatever, because that's, like, what the dancers do. But
Huh.
I don't know.
Yeah, no singing.
It'd be good to look into that, though.
Yeah,
That'd be
scrapped
interesting.
mysterious dance scene.
Because I had no idea about her even being on Broadway, so that's fucking cool. What was your favorite costume as a kid?
Oh, easy. My mom made this amazing costume for me when I was, I believe, in second or third grade. And this was a very new concept at the time. And it was the costumes where it would look like you were like walking on someone's back. Like that they were like piggyback riding you.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so she made one of those?
She made one of those.
What?
And how it worked is I was like a mad scientist who was getting a piggyback ride from Frankenstein.
Oh my god, that's cool.
And it was so cool. So what she did is like, so my legs were Frankenstein's legs.
Right.
But then she did like fake legs stuffed.
Like wrapped around.
That looked like I was like, yeah, getting a piggyback ride.
Uh-huh.
And then we had like a Frankenstein mask as like a fake head.
Oh my
and
god.
it was so cool.
That's so fucking cool.
It blew everyone's fucking minds at the school. Because I feel like now those costumes are more common, but at the time, not so much.
What a baddie. Your mom is so good at crafts.
Yeah, and she just made it.
Wow.
So it's not like we bought it from the store. Like, yeah.
Wow. That's fucking... I would love to see a picture of that.
It blew... We have pictures somewhere, but yeah, totally blew everyone's minds, and I thought it was so cool, and I was like, hell yeah.
That is so fucking cool.
What about you?
Similarly, my mom always made our costumes, and she's also like a crafting queen. She's like so good at making shit out of nothing, basically. But I was obsessed with Ginger Spice.
Oh.
And so there's like this one picture of her that was like my favorite, and I had it on my wall, and it was like her in this, it was like a white tank top dress that was like a full length or like floor length dress. It was like a cotton dress that had like a slit up the side.
Ooh.
And she was wearing like platform sneakers, and she had like a mic, and on the side it said, I think it said, what did it say? Oh, it said girl power.
Nice.
Like in like red
and
letters.
it's just her?
Yeah.
Nice.
And so my mom made that dress for me, and she like got me platform, not like the actual like Baby Spice shoes, but she got me like platform, almost like canvas, like Converse or whatever she thrifted.
Oh, yeah.
And she made me a mic out of styrofoam. Aww. And I felt so cool and pretty. And everyone was like, oh, you're Ginger Spice. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like,
oh, everyone knew immediately?
Yeah, I felt so
Even
cool.
without like ginger hair?
No, yeah, I didn't have
Epic
ginger hair at all.
success.
People just knew. I guess
knew.
it was like an iconic. I don't remember, but I guess it was iconic at that time.
Yeah, and this was like pre-internet, so it's like the merch you got, everyone had.
Yeah, everyone knew
finding
like that
exclusive
image.
Shit.
Exactly.
And there wasn't like a million pictures of them just at your fingertips.
Exactly. And at that time, I was super, like, they were my number one favorite music group of all time. The only cassette I ever owned was Spice Girls, and I played it over and over and over again. And also, I would collect, they sold like individual pieces of gum, and around each piece of gum was like, there was like a sticker wrapped around it, so you'd like collect the stickers. Oh,
Nice.
so fucking cool.
See, looking back, I feel kind of sad because I remember really wanting to get into like the fandom of Spice Girls and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
But I just truly, I didn't. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to be, but I just couldn't muster the enthusiasm.
Do you think like any of your friends were really into it, and you just kind of like...
Yeah, I think so. Like, well, everyone I knew was like obsessed with them, and I was like, you just want to fit in. So I was like, yeah, I like them too, and I did like them.
Yeah,
but like I didn't have posters.
But you weren't like, yeah.
I wasn't like dying to see them, or you know what I mean.
No, I get you.
And
I get you.
I wish I was in that scene, but I couldn't get into it.
What scene do you feel like you were in?
Probably Lord of the Rings. That was the first time that I was like, yes.
When you were that young too?
Yeah, I mean, I guess by the time, because I feel like Spice Girls and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys we were like under 10.
Definitely. Yeah.
And the Lord of the Rings, Pirates of the Caribbean, like all that scene was like 12 and on.
Yeah,
maybe?
like 11, 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, I guess the first Lord of the Rings came out when we were 10. But I don't know, I just felt a little older.
Yeah.
And I think that was like appealing to me.
For sure.
Because I always thought like these are kids groups.
That's so funny. You were so mature.
And I'm like, ew.
And also at that time when you were, like, your sisters were older.
True,
right?
yeah. So my one sister's 7 years older than me. So,
Yeah.
like, I probably was exposed to more, like, older kid things. But you have an older brother.
But it's only 2 years.
True.
And also, like, they weren't into Spice Girls at all, my bros. I grew up with all bros, no sisters.
But I love that you didn't care. You were like, I don't care what you bitches like. This is my thing.
Yeah, I think that's really what I was like. I want my own thing because, like, we all were so interconnected. Like, you know, every show, every movie, everything that we chose had to be, like, I just did whatever my big brother did. So this was, like, the one thing that I was like, this is mine. And I'm so glad, personally, that I really connected so hard with Spice Girls, because I do feel like that really awoke something in me to, like,
girl
love
power,
girls.
maybe?
It was, yeah, girl power, like loving girls and like loving, yeah, just like girlhood being a really big part of my soul.
Yeah, we are lucky we got that young, because, like, just imagine, like, even 10 years earlier, like, there wasn't really, like, explicitly girl power shit going on.
Yeah, and, like, you know, the Spice World was, like, one of my top favorite movies at that time, and, like, they are, like, the whole movie, they're like feminism and, like, talking about it, and that was, like, my first introduction to equality.
Yeah, I think it's seeped into our little brain folds, because look at us now.
I know, look at us, my wife, we're the best. But that's really cool. I didn't know that you weren't really into that scene that much. NSYNC was my first concert.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I went with a group of my elementary school besties.
Yeah, well, yeah, and everyone, like, a lot of my friends were very into it. Like, I used to hang out with these two neighbor girls around the corner, and they were, like, into all that shit. Like, they would, like, kiss their posters of NSYNC goodnight before they went to bed. Like, I remember thinking, like, that's cool. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna do it.
I used to have a heart frame of Aaron Carter.
Oh my god.
That I hid underneath my TV. And I would kiss it too. I was obsessed.
TV. Interesting. Not even the mattress. You're like, that's too obvious.
No, I was like, I need it to be in this little compartment. And I remember my little brother Hazen found it, and he told
nightmares.
everyone in the neighborhood.
Oh no!
And he's like, "There's kiss marks on it," and I was like, "Motherfucker!" I wanted to murder him.
That's private. I remember I had one of those little, like, passcode journals, and it's like, I didn't have anything to say in that, but I was like, it's locked and you can't read it.
Well, I'm sure you were probably just talking about, like, you know, the adventures you went on and the crushes you had and stuff, probably.
Yeah, I guess.
But
it's so funny.
I found a little girl's journal when I was in San Diego. I found one at the thrift store.
Oh, they probably just got rid of it with, like, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and I, like, read through it, and it was really cute and really sad.
It was sad?
It was kind of sad, yeah. Because she was just talking about all her feelings, and she just felt, like, really left out a lot and stuff. And I was like, oh, no.
Okay, speaking of found journals, I'm going to take us on a big tangent. But I feel like it's appropriate because it's Halloween season.
Ooh, yeah.
One of my favorite bands is the Mars Volta.
Ooh, yeah.
One of my favorite albums is Francis the Mute, which is, like, a very spooky album. Ooh. But it was based on a diary that one of the band guys found in a car he was washing at the time, because he was washing cars at the time.
Ooh.
Found this journal. I don't know why he didn't return it, or, like, I don't know what happened, but it was, like, still there, so he just kept it. And it was, like, all about this person's journey to try to find their parents.
Oh my God.
Because they were adopted.
What?
And so they, like, kind of base an album off of this, and all the songs in the album are based on names from this diary.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's fucking
them.
cool.
I think Grady's a big fan. Shout out Grady.
Shout out Grady.
It's a very spooky album, so it's good for Halloween time.
That's really cool. I've never heard of that album, but I also have an affinity for, like, if I go, I didn't buy that one because it felt too, like, it was a child, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I didn't buy that.
Yeah.
But sometimes I go to, like, the antique mall, and they'll have, like, diaries from, like, the 50s and 60s of, like, women from that time, and I've bought a couple of those, or, like, poetry books, or, like, haiku books, or whatever. So I have a couple of those that, like, really interest me.
I do think, like, a very classy thing that women used to do was they would, like, keep poetry books, and they would, like, memorize poems or write their own poems, and that was, like, considered, like, a feminine pursuit.
Yeah.
It's a suitable hobby for a woman.
That's right. And I think, you know, as someone who writes a lot of poetry, and I'm constantly writing songs and stuff, and I'm constantly journaling too, I don't know, it's kind of like a mini collection I have. I don't have enough, I guess, to call it a collection, but...
Hey, I say you do.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's a niche interest of mine that I really, really love, especially the poems, because man, oh man, sometimes it's hard to read them too, because their cursive is so gorgeous, and like the ink is a little bit like blotted and stuff, but...
Oh my gosh, well, I'll keep an eye out if I come across any.
Please do. I'll show you the one, I'll grab the one that I have. You'll
Nice.
think it's really cute, but... Anyways, how did we get on this?
I remember Halloweentown, great movie. Starts off with Marnie, like Shea was saying. She's like, I'm an angsty teen and I'm different and I don't know why. And then you realize it's because she's a witch.
And fuck you, Mom, because I know I'm a witch. Hee hee hee.
And her mom's a witch too, but she married a human husband, and so she's been trying to stomp the witch out of her. Very Harry Potter-esque, actually.
Yeah, like, what do you think I wrote this down, but what do you think her true beef is with Halloweentown?
It's so funny you say that, because I was trying to figure that out too.
Yeah.
Because there's this line, and maybe like more was filmed and they cut it, but they keep being like, there's things about Halloweentown that you don't understand.
Yeah.
And, like, things are a lot more complicated, but it's not clear what those things are. And then even after the end, after Marnie defeats like the evil spirit in Halloweentown, she's like, you're right, Halloweentown is more complicated than I thought. And I'm like, I guess.
Yeah, like, because
there's
of this
bad
one
people everywhere.
event?
Yeah, like, I don't understand. Like,
yeah, like, the thing is if the bad thing, quote unquote, right, or like the darkness, or like Calabar, if he had been around for a really long time and he had always been plaguing the town and like causing problems and whatever, then that would make sense.
Yeah, and it's like she also just comes in and saves it.
Yeah.
Like, I think maybe it'd make more sense to be like, it's more complicated if like what she was doing was like fucking things up.
Right.
Because she didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Or if there was like, she was like going about things the wrong way or like insulting people, but she's not. She's great. She comes in, she saves everyone, everything's great.
Yeah.
And then she's like, it's more complicated than I thought. I'm like, how? It seems pretty straightforward.
I mean, like,
seems like you solved everything, Marnie.
And I'll say this, like, I feel like the mom, like, she was attracted to Calabar, obviously, because it, comes out that she, like, dated Calabar.
They boned,
and in
for
fact,
sure.
Oh, absolutely, because he even says, I wrote it down here because I was like, what the? He said...
He's so thirsty for her.
Where is it? Oh, she was like, you always used to let your magic do the talking. And he goes, you used to like it. And I was like, what the?
It got pretty steamy in that little mayor's office.
Yeah, I'm like, sir, there are children present currently. Yeah. Her children specifically. Can
and
you
he's
please?
using, like, full sexy voice, like, very aggressively.
Yeah, like, you used to like it. I'm like, what?
Should we step out of the room, everybody?
I feel like it's not appropriate for me to watch this right now in the afternoon. Like, what the hell?
And he's like, I could take us back to our old haunts. And I'm like, where are you boned?
I know, where you literally fucked you guys magically somehow. But anyway, yeah, like, I almost feel like, because he seemed a little aggressivo. Yeah. And maybe he just was really jealous of, like, he was clearly jealous.
Well, yeah, we find out just how jealous at the end, because you find out he's been, like, trying to fuck up Halloweentown because of Marnie's mom.
And like, maybe that's why she didn't want to come back, because she knew he would be, but she didn't know he'd be the mayor.
No, she had no idea.
So, I don't know.
From her perspective, he's fine.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's why I'm like, was there, like, another aspect to this movie that they, like, wrote or cut out or whatever? Yeah. Probably. But I was thinking the same thing. I was like, what? Why does the mom hate this place? What's complicated here?
Yeah, I'm like, it seemed like hella chill except for Calabar, who only came into power, like, recently. So what do you mean?
Yeah, and I feel like maybe her thing was like, oh, you think Halloweentown's all fun and games, but, like, bad things can happen there. But it's like, lady, you're in the real world.
Yeah, the real world is fucked.
And if you could, like, give your daughter literal magic powers, I think that might be pretty helpful wherever she goes.
Yeah, I didn't understand. That's what I was trying to figure out the whole movie. I'm like, is there something I'm missing where, like, what's the real beef here? Tell us, Mom, and it never comes out.
I bet there was, like, something written and they just, like, scrapped it, or, like, maybe when it was the adult version.
Yeah.
And they, like, cut some stuff out, but we're like, let's keep that in there and add to the drama.
Yeah, it is odd. Like, she just has weird beef, but then she still uses her magical power sometimes. So I'm like,
ironic.
Yeah, interesting.
Hypocrite.
Oh, when you need things to be easier for yourself, you utilize? Very interesting. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. I wrote, Grandma's bag is iconic as fuck.
Oh, yeah. It's very Mary Poppins. Yeah. It's bigger on the inside. It moves around. It's like a little dog.
Yeah. I love when she, like, picks it up and she's like,
Yes.
It reminds me of how I picked literal Roomie up. Yeah. It's like the same exact sort of
the same size.
It is. Yeah. It's so cute. And I love, like, it's like a carpet bag, too, you know? It's fucking cool. I love it. Also, I wrote down so many of Dylan's lines because they're so beyond nerdy that I was like, I cannot believe this kid. It's so funny.
Pretty incredible.
Just like, this bag defies logic. Or, encouragement, not good. I'm like, you're a fucking nerd, Dylan.
I love your impression of him. Where he goes, it's important to turn your thermostats down to 63 degrees to maintain the wind. And they're like, just get in here.
And then he's like, great, the weirdo encyclopedia. I'm like, okay, bruh, please.
Got him.
But yeah, then they do go to Halloweentown because, like, Marnie finds out that she's a witch and she's just like, oh, I'm going to go to Halloweentown, whatever. And, dude, I want to go there so bad.
It looks so fun. Oh, another thing I noticed this time around is it's 86 minutes. We love it.
Hell yeah.
But it's, like, perfectly proportioned because the first 30 minutes are, like, they don't even get to Halloweentown.
Yeah.
It's all set up.
Yeah.
And at the 30-minute mark, they get to Halloweentown.
Yep.
And they spend the next 30 minutes, like, figuring out the world and, there's a problem. And then the last 30 minutes are when they gather all the ingredients.
Solving all that shit.
Into the talisman and save everything. And I was like, perfect.
It's perfect.
Little 3-act play. They nailed it.
They really did nail it. Like, it's so good. It's so easy to watch. It's not like there are no difficult parts.
No, it's like, yeah, beginning, middle, end. You know everything's going to be okay.
Yeah. And it's pretty quick. Like, even though the insults are, like, children insulting each other, it is quick. And then also there's, like, little, I don't know, like, even Benny, the cab driver, like, the little things he says and things like that.
Yeah, tons of jokes. The two-headed guys who were, like, fighting over the coffee.
Yeah, or, like, the pincushion lady.
I was
like,
just going to say, I was like, that would actually be horrifying. And it's also just not, like... Have you ever seen anyone dress up like a pincushion for Halloween?
Never.
It's an odd costume.
Never. It's like such a weird creature because she's not human.
I guess not. And that's why I was like, what if you got resigned to a fate of being a secretary?
Yeah.
Because you're a pincushion.
Ooh, she got typecast real quick.
Oh, into her entire life. All of them did, and that's why I think it's kind of sad, you know?
Right. Well,
maybe that's what we don't understand about Halloweentown.
Well, what would she be typecast as?
A witch.
A hot ginger witch lady?
Maybe she didn't want to be pigeonholed into the witch box.
Maybe. But, that's pretty... She's, like, making it seem like there's, like, a murderer on the loose at all times, and you're just like...
Maybe she pities the creatures of Halloweentown. She's like, pincushion lady. That's the only life she'll ever have.
And she's like, you can't be whatever you want.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Marnie's like, I want to be a witch.
You're locked into your whatever Halloweentown identity. Some of the Halloweentown creatures did make me laugh because I was like, no one would dress up like that for Halloween. Like, there are several characters who just have, like, jack-o'-lanterns for heads.
I know.
I'm like, it's not really like
the
a
Megan
costume.
Thee Stallion fucking meme, you know what I'm talking about? Where she's wearing
Wait.
all black and she has the jack-o'-lantern head and she's just sitting in bed.
Oh, wait, what? Who is?
Megan Thee Stallion.
No,
Let me show you. This is, it's so iconic. Hold on.
I do love the gif of the guy dancing with the pumpkin head. Wow.
And that became, like, the biggest picture. I want to say 2020, maybe 2021.
I think last season we talked about David S. Pumpkins. Just going to shout him out again.
Here we go.
I'm pro David S. Pumpkins. I think Shea is not as excited as me, but still like it.
I liked it. It's funny. It's not, like, my favorite
like
video
one of the
ever.
funniest things I've ever seen, and I don't know why.
I thought it was funny, but I think Stacy was expecting me to think it was as funny as she did, and I did not want to disappoint, but I was like, it's cool. And she's just like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I feel like there's two reactions. There's people like me who you watch it and then you immediately watch it 20 times after and you're just like, it gets funnier every time. And then there's people who are just like, yeah, it's fine. And then there's people who think it's like the end of comedy, worst thing they've ever seen.
Okay, I didn't think that. I was like, this is funny. Like, I can see that it's funny, but I wasn't, like, actively laughing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was like cackling maniacally.
Yeah, it didn't tickle me in the same way that it tickled my wife, but hey.
Why does he have a middle name?
David S. Pumpkins. It's David S. Pumpkins, right?
David S. Pumpkins.
I need to watch it.
But they
again.
don't introduce the initial till later. So at first it's just David Pumpkins, and then it's David S. Pumpkins, and they're like, he has an initial.
And it's fucking Tom Hanks, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And at first he was like, I do not get this, and I hate it, and I don't want to do it. And they're like, just trust us. I think he still doesn't get it, but he's like a good sport about it.
Multiple people have brought it up to me, so you're not alone. Like, lots of people love it.
It's his fucking season, everybody. All right, it's David S. Pumpkin's world, and we're living in it, so get right.
Hell yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm in full support, you know?
I have a pincushion lady. Pumpkin heads made me laugh.
Ooh, that skeleton, like, zombie broom store guy.
Oh, I hated him.
Really? I thought he had swag.
Oh, I was like, he's so annoying.
Oh, I was like, damn, he has his
I
PhD
stand this guy.
in quantum physics, baby.
Quantum physics. He's not as annoying as the hair guy.
Yeah, the hair guy is, kind of. Well, he's like the dog man, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think, the broom guy was like, zombie man?
Yeah, like zombie.
They kind of look similar, and I was like, is this the same actor?
Maybe.
Like, it was one of those where I was like, they're very similar to the point that it might be the exact same person.
That is true. They might be. I also really love the cat aerobics lady, which, by the way, Stacy and I, before we had our podcast, we were gonna go live on Instagram and teach an aerobics class. Have either one of us taken an aerobics class in our life? Absolutely not.
Why? We really thought we were like gonna provide a service to the people by bringing our inexperienced asses to Instagram Live to, I don't even know why.
I was going through a breakup at the time, and you and I were just like, we gotta do something. And I don't know why that was the thing
have
that we
some
did.
fun. I still think it's a good idea.
I'm down to do it.
We could do a Blockbuster Wives 90s aerobics video.
Oh.
We could wear yellow and blue leotards.
Wait a fucking second.
Oh man.
Great idea. We still have I posted the picture on my Instagram to like advertise it, and then it just never happened. So I'm gonna try to find that again and post it, because we were all up in it. We were really excited. And I did shitty Photoshop again. That was like my original shitty Photoshop.
It really was one of the earliest ones.
And I swear it might have been like, for some reason I'm picturing blue and yellow. If it was blue and yellow, that would be so creepy. But anyway, I digress. The aerobics cat lady, fucking amazing.
Yeah, I did think the scenes where Calabar, well, before you know it's Calabar, you just think it's the bad thing.
Yeah.
And he is like Sith Lord blasting motherfuckers left and right.
Hell
trapping
yeah.
him in a movie theater. Like, I do think they got a right level of like, ooh, this is a bad guy, without being like terrifying, like don't look under the bed.
Right. Like, yeah, no one compares to Don't Look Under the Bed, okay? But yeah, it was really creepy. The voice was really good. It was like old school, like villain, you know? And then it was almost like Scarecrow mask.
Which is creepy. Like,
and like a
stitched together
Dementor
face and robes.
Yeah. It was yeah, very creepy. And then Luke comes in, and Luke is kind of just like fucking annoying. And guess what I realized about him?
What?
He did the voice of Hey Arnold.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. His name is like Philip Van Dyke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Classy.
I was like, wow. But yeah, fucking voice of Hey Arnold. Who knew?
I do love the line where, so this is right before Grandma and Mom get taken out, because, you know, they have to be incapacitated so that the kids have to do it on their own. But right before that happens, Luke lures Debbie Reynolds to the movie theater by saying, oh, he wants to expose himself to you. And she like makes like a face. And it's so funny, like gross. But then she does follow him to the movie theater, and he does expose himself to her.
He does.
And then he blasts her.
Blasts her ass. And a bunch of people. And she's like, you know what?
And I did think that was creepy when I was a kid. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, when she's like freezing.
Yeah, and they're like covered in cobwebs, and it's just creepy seeing a bunch of like dead bodies essentially in movie theater chairs.
Yeah, she's like, we're not dead, we're just frozen, go. I'm like,
thanks for saying that, but you also could be just dead and telling me that.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, totally. Yeah, you don't know. And it looks like they're just dead, like fucking rigor mortis.
Which, that must have been an annoying scene to shoot.
I know. Because there were multiple scenes of them just like sitting still.
Exactly. Just probably do that for hours.
That would be annoying. But Debbie Reynolds would have killed it.
Yeah, she's like, not me. I mean, I'm going to do this first try, all right?
Exactly, baddie. What a bad bitch. And then they collect all these ingredients for potion, which also is such a fucking... That, like, tickled something in me as a kid. I was like, this is what I've always wanted. I've always wanted to make a fucking potion.
Well, I think it's like that quest feel of like, there's something so great about being like, here's your mission, here's your task, can you do it in time? We'll see.
Totally. And like the idea of like collecting items and then putting them together, like that's a whole other thing. Oh man, I used to make like quote unquote potions when I was literally like 4, 5, 6, like just like gathering random like leaves and water from the river and like a seashell and like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm making soup.
I was such a baby witch. Very cute.
I just made a lot of soup, which I made soup today and we were just eating it. So not a damn thing's changed.
Stacy's soups are so fucking good every time. Every time. Especially this one. You nailed this potato soup.
Thank you. Thank you. I did a little more mashing this time, which I think was good.
Oh, yeah, I liked it. Because it was like some chunks, but some...
Exactly.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Because I don't like when it's like pureed.
Right.
You need a little...
Yeah, I like a lot of chunk in my soup game realness. But yeah, so they had to gather ingredients. They did, and then they like filled up the talisman thing, and then they fucking saved the world, basically.
Oh, I have there was another original spookier ending.
Ooh.
That I think probably just, like, either looked jank or they were like, this is too much. Because the initial ending was Marnie traveling into an enchanted forest to place the talisman, but with each step she's supposed to grow older. They would have had to do, like, a bunch of prosthetics. Yeah. I guess they made, like, a bunch of masks, and my guess is it probably just looked bad.
Yeah.
So like, let's just have her put in the fucking pumpkin.
That's a pretty crazy outcome, though.
I think it probably looked very creepy.
Yeah.
Because anytime they try to make these, like, masks for people, especially on a $4 million budget,
especially for children,
look jank.
Creepy.
Like, I'm pretty sure we talked about it, but the infamous baby from Twilight.
Oh my god.
Kind of similar. Stephanie Meyers wrote in this concept of this baby, like, aging really fast. And so they're like, how are we going to do that on film? And so at first they're like, we'll go practical and we'll just have mannequins of this baby that will age up. But this mannequin they made, cursed.
So bad.
Looked so disturbing, so creepy.
It's really
Everyone hated
creepy.
it. They shot like one scene with it and we're like, absolutely not.
No.
So then they just went with like a CGI face, which does look like shit. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, we threw a baby shower for our best friend Jamie, and it was Twilight themed, and we all like dressed as one of the characters, and Stacy went as the baby.
Renesmee, which is also the stupidest,
the dumbest fucking name. And I love how like on all these like Twilight shit posting pages and stuff, they all call her something different.
Like
they do not call her by her name. Yeah, they're like
Rumpelstiltskin.
Rasputin. It's fucking amazing.
Oh, Renesmee. Such a joke. We have to do a Twilight month, and Jamie has to be on it.
Oh, God, yes. That would make my whole life. I remember watching them all in fucking theaters, so shouts out.
We were there. We were there in the days.
There. We were on the ground
Twilight
floor.
days. We really were.
We truly were. And I think those are all the notes I have.
I say, I didn't take a ton of notes because it's just like such a fun little romp, and if you haven't seen it, please just watch it.
Yeah, you gotta. Disney Plus, or you said it's on Amazon too, right?
Yes, because I went to go log into Disney Plus, discovered I'd been kicked out, and was like, I don't know this login info because it's not mine.
Shit.
And then I went to Amazon to go rent it, and it's like, oh, you own this. And I was like, of course.
Like,
I don't even know when I did this.
Aww.
So yeah, I'm a proud owner of Halloweentown and Digital Edition.
Bad bitch. Bad bitch energy right there.
Do some trivia for me?
Hell yeah, I do.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, number 1. What were 2 out of the 3 ingredients the kids needed for their potion?
Sweat of a ghost.
Yes.
And tooth of a vampire.
Very good. The other one is hair of a werewolf. What other holiday did Dylan say Marnie should focus on besides Halloween?
How about Arbor Day?
Yeah. Nice. Who drives the cabin town?
Oh, Benny the Skeleton.
Yes. And lastly, what does Luke turn out to be?
I guess he's a goblin.
Yeah, he's a goblin.
He went goblin mode quite
nailed
literally.
100%. Yeah, goblin mode.
Throwing hundreds.
I loved Luke, though. Luke I had a big crush on.
Yeah, I thought he was cute even as a goblin.
Yeah, he was. He was adorable. His eyes. He's just so sweet.
A little ginger
I like
snap.
a big nose anyway, okay?
A little ginger snap.
Exactly.
And I do have a BuzzFeed which Halloweentown character it's been a while since we've had like a truly on point quiz.
Totally.
Right? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, pick an item. Candy apples, lollipop, candy bar, caramel, candy corn, or I don't eat sweets.
Candy bar.
Candy bar. What's your first stop in Halloweentown? Aggie's house, or should we say Splendora Agatha Cromwell? Mayor's office, ice cream shop, broom shop, bookstore, or cinema?
Absolutely Splendora's house, dude.
Yes,
I fucking love her. It's like the practical magic house.
Yeah. Okay. What would you use your powers to do? Solve my problems, save my town, keep in touch with family, read really fast, take over the town, open locks, and sneak cookies.
I'm between 2. The last one seems kind of sick. I'm gonna go with the first one though. Like solve my problems. Hello.
Solve the
so
problems.
I can like do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah. Okay. How would you get around Halloweentown? Benny flying on a broom, walking, teleportation, a portal, or the bus?
Absolutely. I love a bus, but absolutely flying. Like a fucking broom. Come on.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Who would be your BFF in Halloweentown? Goblins, I'm a loner. Witches and warlocks, I prefer the human world. Everyone or Benny?
Aww. You know, I could really see myself hanging out with Benny, to be honest.
Okay,
I fucking
you
love
and
that
Benny
guy.
boy.
He's funny.
Kicking it. What would you be for Halloween? A witch, Goblin King, Disney princess, a ghost, Mary Poppins, or Darth Vader?
Oh, God. I would go with Mary. I fucking love Mary Poppins, dude. It's one of my favorite
bitch.
Disney movies.
She's so great.
Such a baddie.
You are Marnie Piper. I
Cute.
didn't think I realized her last name is Piper.
Me neither.
You're a headstrong individual, especially when it comes to magic. You often find ways around the rules, but it's always for a good cause.
I mean, she's a rebel. She's a saint. She's
Oh my God.
on the earth, and she's
The hold that album had on me.
It's so good. It's so fucking good. Okay. Pick an item. Candy apples, lollipop, candy bar, caramel, candy corn, or I don't eat sweets.
Man, I'm torn because I eat a lot of candy corn, but if presented with a caramel apple...
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, caramel apple.
Okay, got you. We should make some.
Yeah,
this
or,
season.
dude, the shop in the Orleans, like Rocky Mountain, I think they're also in downtown Summerlin.
Yeah.
Honestly, such great caramel apples. You could make your own, but they're kind of tough to get it right sometimes.
They are.
Like the caramel will just slide right off sometimes.
That's true. That is true.
Or it's too
I wanna
hard
try the-
or too soft.
I want to try the sliced apple method. Where
Yeah.
you don't do the whole one.
Yeah.
You do just the slice. I feel like that would be better. What's your first stop in Halloweentown? Aggie's house, mayor's office, ice cream shop, broom shop, bookstore, or cinema?
Bookstore.
Whenever Stacy goes to a new town, she always gets a book from like a little bookstore if she can about that town. So I know that that's what you would do.
Yeah, or a local author is what I usually try
Local
to go
author,
to.
that's
If
what
it's a
it is.
local author about the town, a jackpot.
Holy shit. What would you use your powers to do? Solve my problems, save my town, keep in touch with family, read really fast, which she already does, by the way, take over the town, or open locks and sneak cookies?
Save the town.
Hell yeah. How would you get around Halloweentown? Benny? Flying on a broom, walking, teleportation, a portal, or the bus?
Okay, if I'm being honest, if I could teleport, I would for sure just be like, bing.
Hell yeah.
We out here, we're wherever we want to be.
We out here teleporting. Who would be your BFF in Halloweentown?
Shay.
Goblins? Aw, you too. So witches and warlocks. Goblins, I'm a loner. Witches and warlocks, I prefer the human world. Everyone or Benny.
It would be witches and warlocks. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
fuck
let's
yeah.
do some fucking magic, yo.
Fire. And lastly, what would you be for Halloween? A witch, Goblin King, Disney princess, a ghost, Mary Poppins, or Darth Vader?
I gotta go Mary Poppins as well.
Yeah.
She's
Fucking
so cool.
classic. You're Aggie Cromwell.
Oh my god, Splendora.
You're a powerful, good-natured, and intelligent person. You're reliable, and you have a lot of good advice to give. All true.
Never been more honored. So we're Marnie and Grandma.
Yay, besties!
I love when we're cute little couples.
I know, we always end up every time. We're either the same character or we're like the bestie characters.
She's so cool.
She's so fucking cool. And she's so hot, so cool, and she's very wise.
And I
she's
love
so
her
cool as
hair. Like, they do this weird, like, nest effect where it's like, I don't even know how long it is. I don't know if it's up. I don't know if it's down. I don't know if it's a mullet, but it's whatever it's doing, it's great.
I bet what she did was, I bet she has like kind of, not long hair, but I bet she has kind of like poofier hair, and they just like pinned it up. That's what I think she did.
It looks amazing.
But that's neither here nor there, okay? We could talk about that for hours. But we hope you guys enjoyed the Halloweentown episode.
Yes, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. We got a lot of cool movies in store this month, so stay tuned for that. The next movie will be
Casper?
Casper.
I believe.
The original. I believe it's from the very early 90s, and it was one of my
94 or
absolute
something.
favorites.
See, Casper was never in heavy rotation for me.
Ooh.
So I've probably only seen it once.
Yeah.
And I think I always saw it at weird times and I never knew what was going on. Like, I was always so confused.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's really fucking good, and it's one of Christina Ricci's like first roles. So buckle up, baby. But we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in again.
Eat all the candy, watch the movies, go to the pumpkin patch, do a scary haunted house.
Yeah, don't wait. I feel like I'm the type who, like, almost every month I'm like, oh, I'll go closer to the end of the month. Just do it now.
Do it now.
It's Halloween right now. It's Halloween every day until you say it's not,
Halloween.
okay?
This is Halloween.
Halloween, 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 Halloween. All right, I could keep going, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that to you.
Well, we love you.
Anyway, we love you so much.
Goodbye.
Bye. Love you.
Hello there, Blockbuster Wives. J. Paul Zimmerman from Halloweentown here. You wanted to know, where do I think Dylan is now? And that's a good question. I think that if he's still living in Halloweentown, Dylan by now is probably a librarian. Or maybe he runs a bookstore. I kind of like the idea of him like bringing Sherlock Holmes and other mortal books into Halloweentown and try to sell them to the residents. I would probably watch that. You also wanted to know which creature I would be, and that's a really tough question because there's so many cool creatures in Halloweentown. I was thinking the two-headed guy from the bus stop. That might be pretty useful to have an extra head once in a while. But honestly, my favorite character is Benny the Skeleton, and so I really think that if I could be anything, I would want to be a wisecracking Halloweentown skeleton. Thank you so much for watching. It was really nice to hear from you, and best of luck with the podcast. Talk to you soon. Bye.